Hello everyone, I'm Steven and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to share with you the way how I take care of my Spanish moss. There have been a couple of ways I've tried. So first of all, I've tried to plant this Spanish moss outside the house under the shade but without exposing it to direct sunlight. And I've watered it once in the morning and once in the evening. So it didn't actually make it. So initially I thought that the temperature outside is too hot for it. So besides that, I don't dare to actually, expose it to direct sunlight because of the Spanish moss is rather tiny, right? So I have no confidence enough that I'm afraid that it will be too hot for it, and then eventually it dried up. So the first option that I've tried didn't actually work it out. So I've tried to move it inside the house. So second attempt, I planted it inside the house as usual. I water it once in the morning, once in the evening, and after I watered it, I put it near to the fan, and then just to make it dry, right? So that it has a better airflow to it. After a while, a couple of weeks, I started to see that it started to dry up. So it didn't actually make it as well. Let's take a look. I'll show you the dried up part, right? So before they could actually, fully dried up, I've moved them outside the house for it to expose like a couple of hours to the direct sunlight each day, right? As you can see that those greenish part that haven't been fully dried up, they started to grow it back, right? So don't give up, even though part of it has been dried up. Move it to the correct location. Let it have the environment that suits it, and they will grow, right? After I've moved the Spanish moss outside the house and exposing it to the sunlight, direct sunlight, a couple of hours a day, I noticed that it actually grows pretty well, and probably due to the high humidity outside the house, as well as a better airflow to it. Hence, I've decided to give it a third attempt by having the Spanish moss outside the house. So I've grabbed another bunch of Spanish moss and just placed outside the house and having it exposed to direct sunlight all day long, and eventually it actually grew quite well and it looks very healthy. Let's take a look. So here you go. It has been a couple of months and it is still growing very nice. So as for watering, I just give it a good shower. So once in the morning and once in the evening. Look at it. So after the showering, the color will turn more greenish, right? And it's really beautiful. There are a couple of things that we need to take note of while planting Spanish moss. First of all is water. Make sure that it has enough water but not soaking wet, right? We need to have the environment, the place that we place it in needs to have a good airflow so that the water won't stuck in it for too long, right? It needs to dry it up at a certain point of time, and when it is fully dried up, then we water it again. So basically for myself, I prefer to water it once in the morning and once in the evening, and some of them, they actually prefer to give it a good soak once in a week or so, right? And secondly is the sunlight. So based on my experience having it moving it out outside the house and exposing it to direct sunlight all day long, it works pretty well. So that would actually help in terms of photosynthesis and its growing as well. Okay, and thirdly, of course, just I mentioned that airflow is a very important aspect as well. So these are the three things that we need to take into consideration while taking care of air plants, especially Spanish moss. If you come across other way that works pretty well for you, do share it with me and let's learn it together. Happy gardening! Hope that the information that I've shared is useful for you, and if you like my video, do give me a thumbs up, a like, and do subscribe to my channel, and I will share more of my experiences with you in the next chapter. Thank you very much.